What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video we got our best beginner's guide and codes for the global launch of Ragnarok Idle Adventure Plus. Like, it's up for more amazing gaming content, man. This game, I got some things to say about this game at the end of the video because I'm not too happy with this game. Go over our coupon codes first. We got 4 of them. We'll head on over to the top left corner in our avatar. We will then head down to where it says code, and the first code is going to be RAGN idle IDLE. We'll go ahead, we'll click redeem. We get 20 of those MVP puzzle pieces. Next code is going to be Facebook, so it's going to be FB prize PRIZE and then SGL. These are all capital letters. We'll go ahead, we'll click redeem. We get a lot of stuff for that one. Next one is going to be ROIAXGOC 2025. We'll go ahead, we'll click redeem. We get some good stuff for that as well. It's going to be ROIAPLYDRA. We'll go ahead, click redeem, and we get some more awesome rewards. So for the beginner's guide, there's only a couple tips. There's a decent amount of things I want to talk about. First thing I want to say is with the characters that you choose. When you first start off, you're going to have a main character to choose from, and you can choose any of the classes, any of the jobs, whatever you want to call it. Whatever one you pick, I suggest that when you have the option to then go ahead and unlock the other jobs, you actually don't pick the one that you already have as your main account. What I mean by that is, for my main character, I chose a mage. So you can see that for the extra character, I did not choose the mage. I don't see the purpose in having 2 mages in your lineup. I don't even know if you can have 2 mages. To me, I just didn't even pick it because I was like, all right, my main is already a mage. The next thing is one of the most important classes, jobs I think you really need to have in your lineup to choose is going to be the what is this called, the clergy, the healer, whatever this one is called. That it starts off as the acolyte, and then it can be upgraded to the priest or the monk. So the acolyte is going to be your healing, your support class. This is one that I really recommend you unlock. You don't need to unlock it maybe as soon as possible, but at least like your second unlock. So you can see for my 4 main, I have my mage as my main character that I chose. Then we have our, what is this one called? The swordsman, the sword. This is kind of like our tank. We then went with the thief, which is kind of like our really good single DPS, like assassin. And then we have our healing class. So I feel like these 4 are pretty strong. The only one that I would say you could kind of substitute out with this would be the archer class. So like if you didn't want to have maybe the thief, you could go with the archer. But I feel like you definitely need the acolyte. And I mean, some people may argue that you don't need the swordsman, but I really like the tank. I like having a tank on my team, so I feel like that one's also important as well. When it comes to choosing your character's skills, it's important to look out for what exactly they're going to do. Like, you want to look out for skills that are going to interrupt the enemy, because some of the bosses, they have like charged up abilities, and while they're charging, if your character launches an interrupt attack, it will interrupt their like animation and stuff like that. So you really want to have things like that on your team. One thing I want to mention for free to play, I'm free to play in this game. I was struggling so hard on the last stage, 330. The stage right before you unlock 4-1, which gives you the pets and stuff. 330 is so hard. It was to the point where I did everything and I couldn't beat the boss. I upgraded everything. Like, I couldn't do anything and I had to just wait. I literally had to wait for my idle rewards to accumulate before I could go any further. It was almost like I hit a paywall. So just, you know, I want to point that out, that if you are stuck on a stage and you feel like it's like, you're like, I've done everything. You've probably done everything you could do. And there are going to be instances where you just can't advance anymore. You either got to spend money or you just got to wait for your AFK rewards and wait for refresh, wait for the next day so that you can, you know, do these other things. Even like the tower trial, I was stuck. I couldn't get any higher. Everything I had, you know, I maxed out as high as I could go, and I was still stuck on stage 330. Now, if we head on over to the main city, the Demon Association, you got to be very, very strategic with how you do this, but it's pretty straightforward. Look out for these gold ones. These gold ones, try and do just these ones. The next best bet would be, you know, the purple ones. But these gold ones are going to give you the most. You can see for our skill XP, we're getting 6,000 of this. So when you're using your monster souls, you know, they all cost the same, but you want to get the most maximum value. So don't do the blues or the purples because you're getting so much less. Like, you're getting so much less for the same cost. So right here, we'll go in here. I'll challenge this one. We'll get a bunch of our XP right here. And, you know, this is going to refresh in an hour, or we could do the free refresh. I suggest what you do is you kind of wait for this one to automatically refresh. So basically, like in an hour, this is going to auto refresh before you do this. This, you can only do these like the full refresh a certain amount of times per day, and then it starts to cost you resources. The other thing I want to go over is going to be the shop. Because there's a lot, I mean, there's a bunch of different shops in this game. And depending on, you know, what shop you're in, they require different types of resources. You got your carnival, pretty straightforward. I would suggest going for the fragments, the general store. Now, this is the two different currencies. These are the main currencies I want to talk about. You got your silver right here at the top, and then you got your gold coins at the top. The silver is a lot easier to accumulate. You pretty much get a lot of that through your AFK rewards. The gold coins, they are a little bit harder to get, and you got to be a little bit more careful with how you spend them. So right now we're in the general store, and we'll take a look. 1,000 silver coins is going to get us, you know, some of this gold. Don't even think about it. Come in here. It's easy. We only, you know, it's only 30 gold coins, but the conversion is huge because, like I said, it is so easy to get the silver and it is a lot harder to get the gold. So you constantly, anytime that offer pops up, which I think it pops up every day, you always want to be doing that. You get 30 gold. Hey, it's, you know, better than nothing. Another one to really look out for, you can see it even says must buy. You know, if you honestly, if you see something that says must buy, 9 times out of 10, it's very important. If you take a look, this is an essential item for advancing your buddies. This is something you're going to need, you know, endlessly. So this is something that I would, you know, honestly suggest as well. But some of these, you know, take what you want with what you need. So, you know, depending on your needs, you can come in here and do stuff like that. This one, you can see we're going to spend 240 of our gold to get a 12 out. Like this, I feel like I don't think that's really worth it. You know, just be careful with some of these because I feel like, you know, some of these are traps. These clovers and some of these materials like are very, very easy to get. And it's really not worth spending like all that silver on. If we head on over to the black market I feel like is another one that can be a real scam. You can waste a lot of your materials in here. The equipment, don't waste your gold on the equipment. Equipment is fairly easy to get. You're going to get equipment just through playing the game. The only thing that I might purchase is the fragments, and that's if it's a fragment that you really, really need and it's on a discount. You know, like advanced skill book. This one's on a discount for 180. If we go to the general store, you can see the general store has it for 200. So look out for stuff like that in the black market. You know, you want those deals. The general store is going to have typically stuff at full price. The black market, sometimes you're going to see these discounts. So look for those discounts. Before we wrap this up, I just want to say that I think it is absolutely disgraceful that one of the most basic features in this game is locked behind a $15 paywall. The auto challenge button. Look at this. In order for you to just challenge, you know, the next one automatically, it's locked behind the paywall in the shop. We head on over to the exceptional value tab. $15 for us to get the auto fight. I mean, I think that is insane. And it is monthly. So like, what? I mean, this is like, that is the most, one of the most basic features that is in almost every idle RPG game I've played. And a lot of the times that's like just built into the game where it'll just auto challenge the next level for you. So the fact that like you have to pay $15 for that, I am just like, what the hell? You know, and it's frustrating to sit here and have to babysit this and keep clicking the challenge button. You know, I mean, otherwise it's a pretty, you know, okay game, but there's a lot of quality of life features that are locked behind paywalls that I think are just absolutely disgusting. But that is it. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see you later. Peace.